Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here or you just have no clue how you stumbled upon this video, I'm the Legit Creep and I'm a professional body piercer. And basically what I do is I react to a lot of different piercing videos and stupid things that people do with their piercings. Basically anything you can think of to do with piercings, I look at and I dissect. Today I've chosen something from deep down in my cold, dead black heart. I want to take you on a journey way back to like 2006. So we're going to take a little walk on down the scene kid slash emo kid heaven lane, and we're going to look at some band members who had some piercings, interesting piercings. What were they thinking piercings? Why was that the thing that was like in piercings? So come with me now and get prepared for a whole lot of snake bites and a whole lot of nose rings. So to begin with, I'm going to start with one of the staple emo daddies of all time. This could be a huge topic of conversation all on its own, but we've all kind of got to agree on this one. Like, he's come so far, he's done so much. The emo daddy of all emo daddies, and that would be Oliver Sykes. He always had his little lip ring and it was always so far across. And I always thought it was such a look too. I was always like, yeah, if I get a lip ring, I'm totally gonna get it like really far across just so it can sit like right in the crease of my mouth, like Oliver Sykes did. And he'd always do the little, like, I'll put another photo in. He'd always do the little like that thing, and like it would sit even, like it would look like it sat even further in, and it was such a look. It definitely was way too far across, but like he made it work. And who knew he had like a bridge piercing? Like, had no clue. I'm pretty sure this photo is from like MySpace, but I'm glad he got rid of it because it does not complement his pretty daddy face. Like, don't do it. You don't. What were you thinking? At least he hasn't got scars now and it's ruined. I reckon it was something that maybe he had in for a very short amount of time, and that's why like no scarring happened potentially. This video is going to turn into a whole lot of like, who is the king of emo, because there's just so many. Like, how do we crown the winner? I already crowned emo daddy. While I was looking for these photos, I actually realized that like a lot of people that you thought potentially had piercings, they did not have piercings. Or people had them like right at the beginning of their musical career potentially, and then they like wiped them because they were like, ooh, what was I thinking? So they made some good moves then. Here we have Aaron Gillespie from Under Oath, and he had a lip ring as well, and he also had a nose ring. And I will say that he was like, this sounds so weird, I know, but he was actually the reason that I got a nose ring, because I was like, oh my God, it looks so sick on him, I need a nose ring. Preteen me just like loving that nose ring, and I got it pierced on the same side just because of like him. And I was like, we have the same hairstyle. When he had the whole mullet thing going, I was like, this is it. We're gonna be the same person. We're clearly connected in some crazy way. I was an insane person and I realize that now. Don't have red hair, so like I'm not even partially the same person. Maybe this is all an illusion and I have red hair as well. No, I don't, because we all know that redheads who dye their hair black, it's very obvious. And the other bits, some furry bits, like these furry bits and these furry bits, always orange, and you're never gonna say goodbye to that. Everyone knows that redheads should not dye their hair black. Just keep it red. It's a look. And then we also had Spencer from Under Oath as well, who had the lip piercing too. It was the go-to piercing of like metalcore, post-hardcore. Everyone wanted a lip piercing and it was such a look. And then any boy in your sight who got a lip piercing was just like the most beautiful thing that ever walked the earth. And it's not true. Lip piercings now, ooh, not cute, but apparently us girls loved them back then. It was just such a thing. Like, boys and their lip piercings, couldn't get enough. Certainly can get enough now. Do not want to see it on anyone. Do not want to pierce your lip. You've come far too late into the game. Many people will probably say that this is emo mummy. This is Hayley Williams from Paramore, and she has a septum piercing. There's like a bunch of photos of her with like all different jewelry in it too, so she definitely changed it up. I'm not a big fan of this style of jewelry, but like it looks cute on her. I think anything looks cute on her. So we have Sierra Kusterbeck here. Probably not many people know who she is. She was from Versa Emerge. They were like, again, like same sort of like Paramore vibe, basically just a rip-off of Paramore. Ooh. She was the girl who sung in If It Means a Lot to You by A Day to Remember. So like everyone knows that song. Was not the biggest fan of Versa Emerge, but I loved like her look. She didn't look like scene or emo or like metal or anything like that. She had like this hippie kind of rustic vibe and I was into it. I remember like when I was in high school and I saw that she had like both sides of her nose pierced with rings. She was probably one of the first people that I saw with both sides of her nose pierced with rings, and I thought it was such a sick look, and it is. I love it. I'm still here today doing it. I do it off and on. Those nose rings are literally the reason that I wear double nose rings. I mean, it's like, it's not now. It's not because I'm like, I fucking love her so much. It's because like, she was the first person I saw and I thought it looked sick. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. Haven't looked back. So thank you for showing me that look. And then she'd always wear this like arrow, you love archery apparently. She had very small plugs. You're so obsessed with Katniss from the Hunger Games that you like just gotta pump something into your ears that looks like it, and it would have been annoying as hell just hanging around there, but she always wore that. And her with a septum piercing, super cute. I think she looks really cute with a septum piercing. These suited her a lot. So like all these piercings I definitely think looked so sick on her. Ooh, maybe actually I think people will be mad and they'll think that this is emo daddy. I think this is more like scene daddy though, or I don't know. Actually, maybe I got it wrong from the beginning. Perhaps Ollie was scene daddy and this is emo daddy. Chris Motionless, for sure emo daddy. I'm so very sorry. What scene did I even grow up in? We've got our boy Chris Motionless. He has snake bites and then he also has a vertical liberette, and then he also has some tiny tunnels. Now, honestly, he could pull it off. I don't think many people could. I personally am not a big fan of that many like bottom lip piercings. I'm definitely into it on the top. Love top lip piercings, but like somehow it just like, it suited his look. I mean, he probably still has them, right? Let's find out actually. Everyone will be saddened to know that he doesn't have these piercings anymore. I'm not surprised. If anyone was to keep them, I would have thought it would have been him. Don't give a fuck. Like, this is my look forever and always. They're gone now. How sad. And here we have our boy Mitch Lucker. Rest in peace, he has passed away. So I looked at like a million pictures and all I could find was that he never wore any jewelry in them. It probably was because he was on stage and like basically every single photo of him is on stage because he had such like a sick like stage presence. It just looked like he never wore anything in them. He had them, that's all I can really say. Daniel Williams from The Dev Wears Prada with his plugs and snake bites. Snake bites was such a thing. So many people had snake bites. So many people got snake bites around then because of like all these bands that got snake bites. It was such like an alternative look. He probably still has his plugs, but as you can see in this photo, the snake bites are gone, but we will always see the reminiscence of those snake bites and you will see them on everyone. And you can sort of look at them and be like, they're potentially an emo kid back in the day if they still have the RIP of the SNAKEBITES. We have Ronnie Radke. I didn't even know he had piercings. In the search for the bands, I thought of Escape the Fate and I looked them up and it didn't look like he had a nose ring for very long, but I found a few pictures with some nose rings and Ronnie Radke had them. And having like such a large nose ring was like also a look as well. It's so much more common now. Like everyone wants to get like a really like, can I just get a nose ring that just like hugs the nose? I want something really snug. Snug is the word. Ugh, they love that word. Everyone loves that word and like heaps of piercers love that word too. I've stopped using it because it is just irritates the fuck out of me because, oh, I don't know. There's just something about it that annoys me because everyone wants, I want my piercing to be snug. You can have your piercing snug like down the track, but they want the piercing snug immediately, like immediately pierced. I want the piercing snug. I wish we could go back to these times where people just wanted a big old ring to just show off their all-round alternativeness. Larger rings were a look. They were everywhere. We have Jeremy McKinnon from A Day to Remember. His plugs were like a staple of his look. I don't know if we would have known who he was if he didn't have those black plugs in. They weren't like huge or anything. They were like a reasonable size, But we looked at him and we felt warm and we felt at home with that size. With that size, he was saying, I'm not too unapproachable, but I'm a little bit unapproachable. You don't have plugs at this size because yours are 8mm, but mine are just like a little bigger than yours. So like I'm a little unapproachable, but also like I'm the friendly guy in A Day to Remember. Our band is the friendly family band. Like they always kind of felt like that. They felt like the family, like wholesome band of the music scene, of like the metal music scene. They felt like a warm hug. Everyone felt okay to love them. People hated them, but at the same time, you didn't really hate them because you're like, hey, I hate them, but I sing every single song. That's essentially what his plugs communicated to the world. And if it wasn't for his plugs, we wouldn't have felt at home with A Day to Remember. Ben Bruce from Asking Alexandria with his spitty spatty spider bites. I feel like they were much more like of a scene look. And you definitely had to have them with rings. So many people still did the spider bites just with, you know, they'd wear like the libret bars in them and just have like silver balls on the top. Oh, it was not a look. I've never really loved spider bites personally. They can suit some people. I definitely think they like kind of suit him, but I definitely think they were like a back then thing. Spider bites, like, I don't even know how to talk because no one gets spider bites. Like I couldn't tell you the last time that someone came in to get spider bites because it's not a thing. It's almost like not a thing anymore. But if you have them, all the power to you because at least you're original and no one else has them anymore. Maria Brink from In This Moment.
Love this band.
Love this woman. I think she is such a babe. There is just something about her look. She haunts me, but she also intrigues me so very much. I think she is so beautiful. I'm kind of thinking that this jewelry in the septum is almost definitely just like fake septum jewelry. It suits her though. So she definitely could pull off a septum piercing for sure. Like it definitely looks really good on her. I like it. Oh. This is one that kills me all day, every day. This is Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine. Why? Though I can't handle it. You do not wear these unless you're a pirate, basically. Perhaps he was and he sailed the 7 seas, but something tells me he didn't sail the 7 seas and the man stretched his ears, then couldn't stretch them any higher, and then just decided to put thick gauged horseshoes in them. I feel like in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, this might have been a look. Like I feel like it would have been like such a tough guy look, like to wear these. But I mean, obviously this photo is old, but even in the time that Bullet for My Valentine were like happening, you're still not a pirate. I would love to be told I'm wrong and actually like find out now that he like sails the 7 seas.
Are you ready, kids?
And he's out there like just stealing things from other boatmen and stuff. I think that would be the coolest thing ever. Are they still a band? I better look that up. Does Matt Tuck, is he now sailing the seas? So he's still in the band. So he's not a pirate. So he's lying to us all with this jewelry in his ears. Does he still wear this? I want to know. I gotta know. Like, he's definitely a beautiful man. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's a beautiful thing to put in your ears. Oh, he's gone for like a way better look these days. And he's ditched the pirate earrings. So we're glad to hear. Good work, Maddie. Yeah, boy. Yeah. We have someone fucking whippersnippering. I hate whippersnippers more than anything in the goddamn world. They're just like I would rather burn all the grass down than to hear a whippersnipper. Kellen Quinn, Sleeping with Sirens. He's got a stud and then he's also got a ring sometimes. I love a stud on a guy. I think studs sort of stand out a little bit because it's just like a little more subtle than a ring. And so many people have nose rings. So like a guy with a nose stud, it's like, I don't know, it's just like a little bit of sparkle and it looks a bit pretty. It makes them look a little bit pretty and I like that. I didn't know whether to put it in here. Johnny Craig, and he has a nose ring, a dermal, and a sparkly little... I love dermals. I think they can look really good on guys. They look great on both guys and girls, but I think like, again, same sort of thing with like guys with like a nose stud and like adding a bit of sparkle. Same thing with like the nose stud sort of being like androgynous. It adds like a femininity to the face. I think like dermals do that for guys, and like if someone's got like, you know, like a beard or something like this, and like a bit rough. It can suit that look, like, for sure. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like down below and comment which was your favorite or which piercing suited whoever the most. And maybe let's also have a little discussion about who is emo daddy and who is scene daddy, because I really want to know. I think I like summed it up quite well, but like, was I right or was I wrong? Please let me know. And I'll be back very soon. Bye.